Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are on a long journey from the British Virgin Islands. Now we are going to the Turks and Caicos or something islands. Not really sure how you pronounce them. They're over here. And final destination, I think is actually over here. We are going to Nassau. Now, I'm not sure what that is all about. Just a bit misleading how the waypoint looks. But we are going to this little island over there, pretty sure. So it should be like so. These are the Bahamas, this is Nassau, and this is I think Florida. There's one thing that I don't really understand, and that is that we have a heading set for 314 degrees, that is this, or a bearing, that is like the course towards the airfields. But the pitch of the plane, it's already continuously at minus 250 feet per minute, and I'm not sure. Probably I need to select an altitude. That's it. Alright, let's select an altitude. Let's do 4,000 and include that in the autopilot. Like so. And we do altitudes. Like so. And hopefully the plane will now bring us up. Not really. It levels out. Which is fine as well, but maybe put the vertical speed up a bit. Oh no. Let's leave the vertical speed, but the altitude. Let's go there. It's not really working. I don't understand why I cannot maybe I needed to put that level button to get it to that level. I selected 3,300 feet. Let's see if it stays there. Seems to be going pretty fine. Although we are off course now. remembers the 314 heading. Yes, it should be. Should do. So we now have an autopilot with heading and also altitudes at 3300. Yeah, but now the level is off again. And as soon as I press level, probably the heading will be disabled. Yes. So now we are in the right altitudes and I put heading again. So I'm not sure how this works, why you cannot do both and keep a certain altitude or climb to it or descend to it and also follow a certain heading. But whatever. At least we are on a pretty okay altitude and a pretty okay heading. And I'm just quickly gonna check whether I can see what this BC button is. I think it's beacon. But I'm not fully sure. Back course modes. If only I knew what that was. One second, quickly checking it out. Back course. It has to do with a localizer and I think an approach. Alright, let's check that out quickly. Another learning moment. Back. Course. Approach. When you fly a localizer back course approach, you're navigating to the runway using horizontal guidance off of a localizer system, but in the opposite direction that you'd normally use the localizer. Right, so it's just, I think, approaching from the backside. Makes sense to call that the back course. Yeah, for now, not much else to do than enjoy the ride, I would say. Until we get over these islands over here, then we can see a little bit. Probably not that exciting, but man, they're still far away. And I hope we don't run out of fuel actually. We are using 77 gallons per hour. Yeah, I think I may have to do a full fuel stop actually. Man, I will not make it, I think. These islands, and I'm not even sure whether there is a runway over here. Yes, I do think there's a runway over there. NBGT. Give me a second. NBGT airfields. Jacques McCarthy International Airport, also known as Grand Turk International Airport, is an airport located 1 mile south of Cockburn Town on Grand Turk Island in the Turks and Caicos Islands, an overseas territory of the United Kingdom. Alright. So, if we make that our target, we do cancel, we do flight plan, MBGT, like so. Done. Cancel. Done. Right, maybe it's already selected correctly. Yes, we have it selected. So now let's set the flight director. Heading will do off. Alright, I still have a hard time figuring this out. just want to go in this direction. Let's say 309 degrees. Heading, and put the heading on. That works. But that whole flight director thing, I have no idea. Still on the Nassau thing, even if I cancel it. The flight plan actually is to that new little airport, Jacques McCartney. Here. Direct 2. Activate. Right, then we're good, right? Activate. Alright, I would say we're good. So what I now do not understand, if I press instead of heading, I am pressing flight director. Yeah, it's getting, of course. Right, maybe the flight director is, I don't know, not for the autopilot. It does give this visual thing over here, the flight director, the purple arrow. For the rest it's not doing a whole lot. Anywho, the reason why I selected this airport is actually to check if we could make it. It's 170 nautical miles out. We should be able to make that on like, yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, it should work. We have still an hour of flight time left approximately, and we're doing 240 nautical miles per hour, and we only need to fly 160. So that should be half an hour or something, I would say. So I'm just gonna go for it. Let's just hope it works out. Let's kick back and relax. Like so. we see the curvature of the Earth? Not really, huh? Oh, back in the cockpit. I really don't want to read too much on these circuit breakers, for instance, because it will only trigger so many questions on the abbreviations. I've went down that rabbit hole a couple of times and it really, yeah, drags me in hard. From one abbreviation I Google, I fall into the next one, Before you know it, I will be stuck in the rabbit hole for days. That's also in the description of the video. I've linked a starting guide for starting simmers like myself, and that's like a summary of everything I found when I earlier got dragged into the rabbit hole of aircraft concepts or aviation concepts, terminology and abbreviations. And yeah, it's pretty astounding. The amount of yeah, systems, concepts, everything in the aviation. And of course it all is tied together via abbreviations. And some of them, they really, yeah, are pretty counterintuitive. Or yeah, unexpected, so there really is no other way. You cannot really guess them, you really have to look them up. And then you end up on Wikipedia, and in the article description, or the description itself in the article, there are hyperlinks to other terms and definitions, and then before you know it, you have like 5 or 10 Wikipedia pages open, and you get sucked in layer by layer, link by link, deeper into the whole aviation materials. And I don't really want to do that now, so I'm not really reading these circuit breakers now. I do know quite a lot of them already, but I'm sure there will be a couple that I will not know. For instance, landing signal, I guess, I don't know. NG, I think, is the gas generator. Don't ask me why it's an N. G, I think, is for gas. NP, no idea. I think this is for feathering the propeller. Ignition, torque, storm, no idea. ADC, automatic distance control or something, I have no idea. I'm not, yeah, okay, I will only look at that one. So let's check it out. ADC, cockpit, air data computer, an essential avionics component found in modern aircraft. Outputs are typically to the cockpit altimeters or display systems. Right, I will leave it at that. I wonder whether I make it. I will make it actually. 136 miles to go. also, do I have 55 and 55? Or do I have only 55 in both tanks? I think I have 110 gallon left. If that is the case, we will easily make it. If I only have 55 left, yeah, then I think we should still make it. It's more than half of 77. We burn 77 per hour. We have more than half of it left. Much more. We are going 240, so that is 120 in half an hour. And we have to do 130. So we have more fuel than half an hour left. And we only need approximately half an hour flight time at this speed. A little bit more. Well, I would think we're good, but if I look at this, we are going really pretty slow. Right. Man, there's a lot of water. Seeing anything. I don't even see the Dominican Republic. Maybe I do see something very far in the distance, an outline. I'm not sure whether that is like a graphical glitch at the bottom of the clouds, or whether that are the mountains or the hills of the Dominican Republic. I think the latter. I think you can actually see the outline of the Dominican Republic over there. Like this island. You can just about make it out. Let's read about the speeds. Already did it earlier, but I forgot. This airplane must be operated as a normal category airplane in compliance with the operating limitations stated in the form of placards, markings and pilot operating handbook. Icing conditions allowed, flight condition, day and night VFR and IFR. Visual flight regulation, instrument flight regulation, I think. Alright, inverted flight prohibited, acrobatic maneuvers prohibited, intentional spins prohibited. Maximum takeoff weights 3,300 kilograms, maximum landing weight 31 kilograms. Design load factor, flaps up, weights below 2,900. Right, I think it's minus 1.5 plus 3.8 G's. Above 2,900, it's 1.5 and 3.5 G's as well. And below you can go to 3.6 G's, I think. So 3.6 and 3.5. Flaps down, it's only 2G. And no negative G's. Alright, maneuvering speeds, that is the speed at which you can, maximum speed at which you can have full deflection of any one control surface without damaging the structural integrity of the airframe. Potentially damaging. 158 knots indicated airspeed. Maximum operating speed 266. Flaps extended maximum speed. Takeoff 178. Landing 122. Landing gear extended maximum speed 178. So at 178 you can deploy the first phase of the flaps, and you can also lower the landing gear, because it's also the landing gear operating speed. So that is actually the process of extending or retracting. You can do the extension at 178, same speed as the first level flaps configuration allowed. Speeds 178, and then pulling them up, the flaps or the landing gear. You should do that below 150. So retracting the flaps requires a lower speed than the landing gear. Retracting the landing gear requires a lower speed than extending them. So that's extension 178 knots, retracting the gear 150 knots. So 178 is an important speed. That is when you are approaching, you can do the first level of flaps. And then the second level of flaps at 122 knots. Landing gear down is also 178 knots. Landing gear up 150. Right, we are making some progress. But the thing is, if we are at that island, afterwards, yeah, we still have to do the path we followed now will bring us over here. Yeah, we have to do at least 1.5 times as much still in the next episodes. Oh, I am hitting the 35-minute marker. Let's fly a bit longer. actually, let's end the episode here. We'll continue in the next one, guys. Yeah, again, not really much happening. We are flying over the Atlantic Ocean, I guess, or the Caribbean Sea. I have no idea what this is called. I think it's just the Atlantic Ocean. Hope you enjoyed still somewhat. I hope to see you in the next one. Hopefully we will be landing in the next episodes on one moment. I did have it somewhere around here. Jacques McCartney International Airport on Grand Turk Islands. Hope to see you there. For the meantime, do not forget, always do keep on gaming. See you later.